Good evening to our friends, supporters, and fellow members of Temple Israel. I'm Mitch Benson, and I want to begin by assuring you that if I appear a bit stiff, uncomfortable, and have the look of a deer caught in the headlights, don't worry, this is not a hostage video. It's just been an unusual year, to say the least, for all of us, and I'm still getting used to reconnecting and speaking to people. But as the evening progresses, we'll all settle in, and I am thrilled to be here at Temple Israel because I believe that we're on the cusp of a new beginning for our country, our community, and our beloved temple. It is my honor to be one of the MCs for the biggest fundraiser of the year. I want to thank you all for joining us to celebrate Temple Israel and to honor Lee Fatum and Anita Aronoff. Later in the program, you'll hear more about these two wonderful honorees. But first, it's my pleasure to introduce the lovely and much more relaxed Judy Siegel.
Thank you, Mitch. You are not a deer caught in the headlights. So while Mitch and I are lucky enough to get to be here together tonight, thank you, Temple Israel, you're not all able to be with us, and that makes us sad. But we do hope that you took the opportunity and the inspiration to dress up, at least from the waist up, put on your mask, and get ready to celebrate. And to that end, we hope you picked up your spectacular gift bags that you were able to get for being gala participants. So as you know, our bags contained Prosecco and Creme de Cassis, a lovely black currant liqueur. So what we're going to start our gala off with, people, is making a drink. So get out your creme de cassis. And my recipe says 1 to 3 teaspoons. Pour heavy, people. We want big donations. And then to that, you're supposed to add, about 1/3 of a cup of Prosecco. Again, you got all night, people. You're sitting in your house. Pour. And we're going to top that off. I'm going to give it to my lovely co-host who really does need to relax. And with that, I'm going to say, remember to drink throughout the gala. Please remember to drink while making your pledges. They'll be bigger. We would appreciate that. And now raise a glass, although mine is empty. So raise your glass and let's toast together to our temple, our community, and to getting this gala started.
To Lee Fatum and Anita Aronoff, our honorees this evening, the two of you have impacted the life of this community and each of our lives individually as well to such a great degree. We offer our gratitude, we offer our appreciation, our friendship, our love, and we say thank you. So in honor of the two of you on this special evening, this lovely song, In My Life.
There are places I'll remember all my life, for some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
Thank you, Cantor Schloss and Adam and Jim Weingast, for that beautiful rendition of a classic Beatles song. The words are particularly meaningful on this night of community and support for the temple. Your performance was really moving. And now for our second toast of the evening.
Hi, everyone. Tonight, I would like us to all raise a glass to toast two people who have truly devoted themselves to Temple Israel's enduring success as a Reformed Jewish community in Westchester County. First, to Rich Alter, our outgoing president, who stepped into the role at a time when our fiscal solvency was in question and provided strong leadership as we face several challenges, including changes to our clergy, the COVID pandemic, and the efforts to build a thriving camp. And also to Brian Heaps, our incoming president, who will take the baton from Rich and lead us into a new period of stability and, I'm sure, prosperity, thanks to the strong foundations that have been put in place over the last 2 years. To Rich and Brian, on behalf of Temple Israel, I thank you and wish you Yasher Koach L'chaim.
Last year, I welcomed you to Temple Israel's first virtual gala. Tonight, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to welcome you to what we all hope will be Temple Israel's last virtual gala. As much as I wish we were all together tonight in our beautiful temple to share this evening, I'm incredibly encouraged by all that we have to celebrate together. We celebrate that we're joined by Rabbi Jay, our new rabbi who will officially start this summer, but has already been hard at work with our transition task force, Anita, Rabbi Hirsch, and Cantor Schloss, preparing for his first days and already looking ahead to the high holidays. We celebrate that we're joined tonight by Rabbi Hirsch, who has done so much over the past year to steady our ship and has prepared us to welcome Rabbi Jay in what is referred to as a sacred partnership between clergy, lay leaders, and congregants. We celebrate that we're joined tonight by Jennifer Panucci and Malik Eifeld, two incredible ladies with decades of child care experience who will lead the Kehila School forward as we complete the process of bringing this wonderful program fully in-house under Temple Israel's guidance. And of course, most of all tonight, we celebrate our honorees, Lee Fadem and Anita Aronoff. Throughout my presidency and my time on the board, I've had the opportunity to work closely with both of them. Their unflagging dedication to Temple Israel and to all of you has inspired me and everyone else who has worked with them. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to say thank you to both. Thank you for all you've both done and all we hope you'll continue to do. You make Temple Israel the special place it is. And Lee, on behalf of all of Temple Israel, I want to wish you a somewhat belated happy 100th birthday. It used to be that when you hit 100, we offered free lifetime dues. Of course, we switched to voluntary dues a few years back, so I'm sorry we screwed you on that, but mazel tov nonetheless. I hope you'll all enjoy the rest of the evening, drink freely, since no one has to drive home tonight, and then give generously. And please, feel free to do so in that order. Have a great night.
Thanks, Rich. Really appreciate all those kind words. So we have a great night in store for you. Over the past few days, our live auction has opened up and there's been a lot of buzz about it. So please know that it stays open until 5 o'clock tomorrow night. And after the gala, please make it a point to log on, check out the wonderful items you can bid on. And please remember, you're not just looking for a bargain, you're here to support Temple Israel of New Rochelle. So bid often and bid high, please. And I will say, your support really does mean a lot to us. My family has grown up in this temple. My husband grew up in this temple. It's really a very, very important part of so many people's lives. So keep sipping those drinks, sit back, and enjoy the next part of our gala. And enjoy your evening.
What do you love about Kahila?
Shabbat, outside time, my friends, my teachers, and I love Kahila.
As a Kahila graduate, what did you love about Kahila?
I love friends, teachers, learning, and everything else that we did at Kahila. I loved Kahila.
I love Havaya because of the amazing friends I've made and the fun memories I've had.
What I like about Havaya is it gets me ready for my bar mitzvah. I like to see my friends and I like to learn Jewish tradition.
We love Havaya because Rebecca is a wonderful educator who cares about our community. Her staff and team have been super agile and find flexible ways to educate during the pandemic. I'm so thankful for the long-standing friendships both my daughters have made at Havaya.
What do I love about Havaya? I love that my son is preparing for his bar mitzvah. I love that he's making new friends. I love that he is learning about our culture and our beliefs and our value system. And I love that he's doing it all in a place that he feels at home.
What do you love about Camp Pinebrook?
I love swimming, having popsicles, and eating.
Go.
What I like most about Camp Pinebrook, there's always something really to do, like art, sports, dance, yoga, and swimming. And no matter what we do, we're always spending fun time with our friends and counselors. And what I love most about Camp Pinebrook is even though it's always changing, one thing stays the same. Camp Pinebrook's love.
I love Camp Pinebrook because I can make new friends and we do lots of fun activities. I also love it because I can swim on hot days.
I love Camp Pinebrook because my daughter loves Camp Pinebrook. I love that she gets a real outdoors camp experience and is not on a screen at all. I love that she gets to reinforce the values, the Jewish values that we teach her at home. And I love that she's always safe while doing it.
Why is music at Temple Israel important to me? When I sing prayers in unity with the congregation in our sacred space, I feel part of a holy community. The music is so inspiring. Being able to sing with the Temple Choir has not only offered years of joy and learning about Jewish music, but also a sense of deep belonging. It is one of the many circles of warmth and caring here at Temple. When the cantor's beautiful voice chants, I experience spirituality, prayerfulness, and peace.
Hi, I'm Barbara Coleman, here to answer the question, why do I like music, love music at Temple Israel? And I love music because music is a connector. It's a bridge. You can get from here to there. And in 2012, when I came to Temple, I didn't know a soul. I was hired to open a pre-K classroom at Kahila. It actually was called Bridges, Gesherim. And I sang every day with the children, and it connected me to them, and it connected me to other teachers, and it connected me to the parents, and it was a very easy step then to jump right into the adult choir, where singing with cantor and meeting other people, connecting, many of whom those people became friends, singing enhanced my understanding of the prayers, connected me to Judaism, We sang with church choirs in New Rochelle, amazing connections. Music is a bridge. I invite you to come to Temple and try singing with us. Worked for me.
The reason I love sisterhood is I really love working with the other women. I've made great friendships. We plan fun events and we give back to the temple, and that makes me very happy.
What I love about sisterhood is all the fun and interesting events we hold for the entire community. This year, my favorites were the Tenement Museum Tour and Trivia Night.
I love how sisterhood is always there for our Temple Israel membership and staff. I love how Temple Israel sisterhood is always there for our local community. But most of all, I love how sisterhood is always there for one another.
Out of all the wonderful things sisterhood has meant to me over the last 5 or 6 years, I can say the most important thing is the women that I have met and become friends with, because we've worked so hard on sisterhood for Temple Israel.
What I love about sisterhood is how all the sisterhood events and activities bring together all the different generations.
Being in sisterhood has brought me the unfettered joy working with some smart and creative and wonderful women who have now become my friends.
Hi, I'm Liz, and I'm on the board at Sisterhood, and we are all inclusive and welcoming, so please come and join us.
What I love about Sisterhood is working with a group of really dynamic women to plan events that create a sense of connectedness among the community.
I love the Brotherhood because it's a comfortable place to be. It's a place to be yourself, with people like you, with people that are different than you, but we all have a common goal: doing good things for the temple, doing good things for our community, and doing good things for each other. There's nothing like being with people that are like you but are different, that are there to hear you, support you, argue with you, and be friends with you. The Brotherhood to me is a place that's not a location, but a feeling. And the Brotherhood will always be part of me.
Why do I love Brotherhood? Brotherhood is an awesome group of guys. Brotherhood is responsible for things that are often taken for granted at the temple: the technical and sound systems, welcoming new members, the latkes at the annual Hanukkah party. That takes 2 nights of dedicated hard work by Brotherhood members to have ready. There is some vodka involved, but you'd never know that by how good those latkes taste. The sukkah gets erected every year, takes a crew 8 hours to do it. The actual design and construction that allows that sukkah to be assembled, disassembled, stored, and used each year, year after year, is impressive. The leaders of Brotherhood often go on to become temple president as well. I can't wait for our post-pandemic meetings to begin again, and I look forward to seeing my brothers. If you've never attended a meeting, please do so. We'd love to have you and welcome your contribution to our collective efforts, some of which are just eating and drinking. See you there.
Hi everybody, I'm here to talk to you about what I love about the Social Action Committee at Temple Israel. When I joined the Social Action Committee, I was really looking for a way to use my skills and strengths that I've developed as a social worker throughout my career. But I really wanted to have more of an impact on my immediate community. As soon as I began to participate in the meetings and activities and the events that the committee put on, I realized that I was learning so much from the different experiences that I was exposed to. And I also found, most importantly, that I was learning so much from the other people that were members of the Social Action Committee and the people that participated in all of the events. It really gave me an opportunity to grow myself from working with this just incredible group of kind and passionate and inclusive people that all had the shared goal of social justice.
What I love about being a part of the Temple Israel Cares Committee is knowing that my contributions to our community make a real difference both in times of sadness and in times of joy. I remember when my family joined the Temple 10 years ago, this is the committee that welcomed me in, and I remember Joanne Spector being so excited to have a partner to deliver the Shiva bags. Delivering the Shiva bags has really helped me connect to the community in a meaningful way, and getting to work with all these incredible women has been a really meaningful experience for me. And it's so great to be part of a community that really cares for one another. Thanks.
What do I love best about being a trustee of Temple Israel? Temple Israel is my home away from home. It is where I have raised my children and made lifelong friends. As with any home of mine, I want to see it thrive, grow, and remain strong for generations to come. Being a trustee has allowed me many things: to help maintain Temple Israel's fiscal integrity, to make sure its employees are treated with integrity, to provide transparency with our members, to provide exciting and informative programming to our members, to provide a structurally sound property, and to maintain a vibrant community that, with changing demographics, will continue to thrive for generations. As with any family, we do not always agree on matters, but our board cares and devotes time and energy to this position. We each bring our own vision and personal talents to the table. The last thing I love about serving on the board is watching Lee Fadum in action. He will catch even the smallest errors within our recorded minutes with his keen mind and sharp intellect. Congratulations, Lee and Anita.
I can no longer say that what I love most about being on the board of Temple Israel is the coffee and fruit and cookies at board meetings. We've not met in person for over a year. But what I do love is having the opportunity to contribute to the community along with so many others who are passionate about ensuring that Temple Israel remains a flourishing home away from home for many years to come. Whether it's organizing the youth basketball program or crafting a roadmap for advocacy issues that the Temple will engage in, I get to play a role in the future. Participating in such momentous decision-making as the selection of our new rabbi or bringing the Gala program in-house has not been without its ups and downs, but the board has made some hard decisions and the excitement is building for what next year will look like. Still, I do look forward to this next resuming in the fall as we hopefully return in person to the Temple for board meetings and many other activities.
That was amazing. Thank you to all the participants, young and old, for a reminder of how much there is that we love about Temple Israel and how much there is at Temple Israel for all of us. In support of the Temple, it's time for our raffle and our first drawing. The integrity of the drawing has been certified by our volunteer head of security, Mitch Tarnopol. And the winner is Mitch Tarnopol. Just kidding.
Kidding.
Now I have to hope that it's not Mitch Tarnopol.
All right, I'm going to verify.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Lauren Mandelbaum. Congratulations to Lauren Mandelbaum. What you have won is 2 bottles of wine from the Grape Exchange and a $100 gift certificate at Posto. So congratulations, Lauren Mandelbaum. That's the first of 4 fabulous gifts we have as raffle prizes. And for all the winners, we will be in touch with you and make sure that we get the prizes to you. Now, while the gala is an opportunity for us to have fun with one another, it's also a time when we can get together and truly support our temple. It's important to remember that there are a lot of people that make a lot of effort to support the temple, and we also need financial support. The temple is there for people when they need us. And of course, it's important for all of you to help and keep it going. So,
All right, Mitch, to that end, we're about to talk about fundraising. Yes, people, now's the time. We want you to get out your phones, and we're going to talk about texting to donate to Temple Israel. All right, people, pull those phones out, because now it's time for a quick tutorial on how to make your donation. All right, as the screen says, take out your cell phone, go to the text feature on your phone, and enter this phone number, 970-840-9000. In your text field, enter capital TINR, put in a space, then the amount you would like to donate. Please be generous. Now next, we're going to put in your name, first and last. Hit send. All right, you with me, people? Now you're going to receive a return text message with a link that will take you to a giving page where you can make your actual donation. Once you've made your pledge, your name will appear on the screen and your donation is going to be added to our Fundometer. You can also choose to remain anonymous if you want, in which case, please do not type your name in. Mitch and I really hope we can count on your support of Temple Israel of New Rochelle. All right, people, let's get that fundraising started. Let's begin. All right, so you'll notice we have a champagne glass. Ooh, look, names coming in already. So that champagne glass started out with $10,000 as our initial donation. Thank you, Elaine and Alan Asher, for your ongoing and continuous generosity and support of Temple Israel of New Rochelle. I also am really excited to announce that Beth Feldman, through the Levine Fund, has offered, and in fact it is pledged, to match the first 15,000 additional dollars of donations that are coming in. So for every dollar you give, we're going to be getting $2. Now is the time to give. That is an amazing gift. So thank you so much, Beth, and to the Levine Family Fund. All right. So your giving helps us keep our doors open, and as Mitch and I keep referring to, the exceptional programming we have here at Temple Israel. But if you don't want to believe me and you're asking yourself, but what's my money really going to go for? I can tell you. So if you donate $200, that is going to buy 2 Storytime rugs for our Kahila classes. Or $400 can pay for an entire evening's dinner for a Havaya class on a Tuesday night. Ooh, these donations are really starting to roll in. This is really very exciting to Mitch and I, although, God, this font is small for my middle-aged eyes. So I'm going to start off with a shout out to my very own son, Ben Markel, who last year gave some of his graduation money when he graduated from University of Wisconsin, Mitch would agree, and did not get a shout out. So here's to you, kiddo. But we have lots more other very generous gifts coming in. Now I got to cuss. The Pomerances, Dan Pomerantz, $100. Sally and Steve Meisner, $500. The Barenbaums, $500. Wow. Leaf Batum, $5,000, and you're the one being honored tonight. Anonymous at $36. Every single dollar counts, people. We really appreciate it. But hey, Mitch, you know what?
Judy, congratulations to your son, Ben, for his donation. And thank you to all of you. You're doing a wonderful job. And at this point, I think it's time for our second raffle drawing.
Drum roll.
Once again, better not be Mitch Tarnopol.
No looking.
And the winner is B17. I'm sorry.
Wrong.
That's our bingo number. We share our equipment with a neighboring church. The winner is Beth Feldman.
Woo,
Congratulations to Beth Feldman.
See, every good deed gets rewarded. You're matching the $15,000, and now you have a fabulous prize.
Beth, what you've won are 13 tickets for free Sundays once a week from June through September at Mikey Dubs.
Yum.
You've also won a $100 gift certificate to Simply the Best on Weaver Street and a $100 gift certificate at Gemelli's Restaurant. So congratulations, Beth Feldman. And before we start the journal, I want to send out a special thank you to Brian Reiner for all the work that he did in working with local businesses in order to secure the sponsorship for our gala. Thanks, Brian.
And most important, so life, l'chaim, to life. Here's to the feather I try to be, here's to my bride to be. Drink l'chaim, to life, l'chaim.
Hi, Grandpa. I'm so honored to congratulate you on being honored tonight at the Temple benefit, and I'm so excited I get to spend this day with you. Congratulations again, and I love you billions.
Life is the way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us. Drink l'chaim to life. God would like us to be joyful, even when our hearts like painting on the floor. How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for? To life, l'chaim, to say to your daughter, my wife, it gives you something to think about, something to drink about. Drink l'chaim, to Lazar Wolf, to say to your daughter, my wife, may all your future be pleasant ones, not like our present ones. Drink l'chaim, to life, l'chaim. La 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 la. It takes a waiting to make us say, let's live another day. Drink l'chaim to life. Heaven bless you both, to your health, and may we live together in peace. May you both be favored with the future of your choice. May you live to see 1,000 reasons to rejoice. We'll raise a glass and sip a drop of schnapps and honor the great good luck that favors you. We know that when good fortune favors two such men, it stands to reason we deserve it too. To us and our good fortune, be happy, be healthy, long life. And if our good fortune never comes, here's to what never comes. Drink l'chaim, to life, to my bride to be. Drink l'chaim, to life, l'chaim.
Hello, everyone. To those of you who don't know us, we are Barbara
and Frank Axel.
We'd like to congratulate Lee and Anita, this year's honorees. Such well-deserved choices. Mazel tov to you both.
L'chaim, l'chaim, to life. Life is a way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us. Drink l'chaim to life. God would like us to be joyful, even when our hearts like painting on the floor. How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for? To life, l'chaim, to say to your daughter, my wife, it gives you something to think about, something to drink about. Drink l'chaim, to Lazar Wolf, to say to your daughter, my wife, may all your future be pleasant ones, not like our present ones. Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim. La 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 la. It takes a waiting to make us say, let's live another day. Drink l'chaim to life. Heaven bless you both, to your health, and may we live together in peace. May you both be favored with the future of your choice. May you live to see 1,000 reasons to rejoice. We'll raise a glass and sip a drop of schnapps and honor the great good luck that favors you. We know that when good fortune favors two such men, it stands to reason we deserve it too. To us and our good fortune, be happy, be healthy, long life. And if our good fortune never comes, here's to whatever comes. Drink l'chaim.
Thank you to everyone for those wonderful journal ads. You're all doing great, and please keep the donations coming. Tonight, we're joined to honor two exceptional individuals, Leroy Fadum and Anita Aronoff. Their contributions to Temple Israel are immeasurable. And now, Leroy Fadum.
Lee, when I look around
not only this particular video, which is so many past presidents, but also look around the room and see so many people here that honor you and love you. I realize what an influence you've been, not only to Temple Israel, but to each of us personally. Your influence and your love has spanned all of our presidencies. Certainly, and many of those, unfortunately, who are no longer with us. So what do we wish for you? I think we all do. We wish you love. We wish you good health. We wish you to be surrounded by people you love and people you love. And that you continue to give us guidance and you continue to be a wonderful pillar and a foundation of our community and our beloved temple.
Lee, there are so many things I love and respect about you. I love your institutional knowledge. I love your wit. I love your sense of humor. I love you as a person. And we are honored to honor you this evening. Thank you for making Temple Israel the wonderful place it is.
Lee, we give you so many thanks for your ongoing engagement and commitment to Temple Israel. We all know that we could always count on Lee to ask a provocative question at a board meeting. We also know that we can always count on Lee for his ongoing generosity to the temple. We are so thrilled to honor you tonight and always. Mazel tov.
Lee, it's been an amazing privilege to have known you all these years and to have served as a president of Temple Israel following your footsteps. Your guidance at the board meetings and just at a personal level is something that really made my presidency what it was. I will be forever thankful for your friendship. And Lee, not only has it been 100 years of your amazing life, but think about all you've done at Temple Israel all these years. And it truly, truly is an honor to be honoring you.
Jeffrey, are you able to speak?
Yes, I am. My computer is seems to be a problem, but I can do my toast if I can now.
Please do.
Okay. It's an honor for me as a past president of Temple Israel to acknowledge my friend Lee as one of this year's Gala honorees. Lee is a dedicated and devoted temple member, trustee, honorary trustee, and past president. He's always been interested in the finer points of temple operations and board deliberations, as well as a very careful reader of the board's minutes. The board has benefited from his wise counsel, and the congregation has benefited from his very generous contributions. Both have been greatly appreciated and enabled our temple to thrive during some very difficult times. So let us now lift our glasses and toast Leroy Fatum on this wonderful occasion to his good health and continued wise counsel. L'chaim.
Lee, your service to this congregation and your commitment to it is unparalleled. Your remarkable attendance at board meetings, your remarkable time you've taken and consideration to support each one of us during our presidencies, and your amazing way that you can look toward the future of this congregation. So we have learned each so much from you, and we are so proud to honor you tonight. So Mazel Tov, and from all of us, Mazel Tov, Lee.
Mazel Tov, Lee.
We love you.
Hi, I'm Steve Fatum. I'm proud to be Lee Fatum's son and honored to be introducing him tonight for this great honor. Dad has always been a great role model for so many of us. Dad has taught me how to be resilient, empathetic, kind, concerned about our fellow human beings on this planet, and just downright concerned about the health of the planet itself. He has taught me that playing the Henry Fonda role in 12 Angry Men, being the one person who stands up for doing the right thing, although it may sometimes feel uncomfortable and be unpopular, is not only the right thing to do, but is the only thing to do. He has taught me to be true to myself. He has taught me that to love and respect one another is the greatest thing that any of us can do, closely followed by the power of a great hug or the brownies with nuts from your daughter-in-law. Dad's dedication to philanthropy has been an enormous inspiration to me and my family. He supports causes secular and religious across a wide gamut of issues, from medical research to support of major cultural organizations, from supporting women's reproductive rights to animal relief causes, from rescuing and restoring international Jewish historical sites to advancing critical social agendas. Dad's dedication to his Jewish heritage has inspired our family. Whether through his leadership role at the Jewish Braille Institute for many decades, his passionate involvement with the JCC in Scarsdale for so many years, or his service as Grand Master of Elmer Lodge and so many other Jewish causes. His dedication to the institutions that have allowed Reform Judaism to thrive in New Rochelle, the United States, Israel, and around the world has been a catalyst for so many of us. As you know, at Temple Israel of New Rochelle, he was president of the board and has been a dedicated board member for 54 years. Tony Hoffman lovingly tells the story how Dad is the only one who really reads the minutes and corrects them before each board meeting. At the Union for Reform Judaism, Dad was on the board for 18 years, and I am proud to have stepped into his shoes on that board and to continue his service. He has taught me and all of us how to aspire to achieve Tikkun Olam, a healing of the world. For all this and more, I lift up my gin and tonic, a tradition that Dad and I have shared for many years and will hopefully share for many more years to come. And I ask you to lift up your drink to toast l'chaim to Dad, Lee Fadum. Congratulations, Mazel Tov. We love you.
Thank you for joining us in this wonderful affair. Some of you, very few of you, may remember that 40 years ago, Edna May and I were honored at a formal dinner dance, which was at the end of my 4 years of being president of Temple Israel. It was a really wonderful affair with maybe 300 people who were attended. Temple Israel has been part of my life for 70 years, and more than 50 of it has been on the board of the temple. And I may not have a vote anymore, but I believe that they're listening to my voice more now than before. And all of our Edna Mays and I friends, lifelong friends, have been members of Temple Israel. And they continue to this day, all members of Temple Israel. And I wish all of you well. Thank you for coming and honoring me for this occasion. And I wish Temple Israel well as well. Thank you.
Wow. Lee, you really are an inspiration and a role model for our entire community. So we're going to take your son Steve's advice, and both Mitch and I are going to clink glasses and wish you l'chaim.
L'chaim, Lee.
Thank you so much for everything you've done for us for more years than I care to count. So everyone out there, you've been very generous with your donations, but keep it coming. Let's honor Lee and make more donations in his honor. So for those of you who've forgotten how to text or are just signing in, because we just heard that people have just joined us, the instructions are right above Mitch and my head. You can see them. But in case you don't want to look, it's really simple. Text to 970-840-9000. Text in TINR, all caps, a space, the amount of your donation, and then your name. And of course, you can remain anonymous, but we won't be shouting you out then. But anyhow, our fundometer is filling up. We've hit our matching target. So thank you once again to Beth Feldman. And it's now my pleasure to get to introduce our next honoree, our very own Executive Director, Anita Aronoff.
There are many prominent Anitas in the world.
Anita Roddick was a British businesswoman, human rights activist, and the founder of The Body Shop.
I like to be in America, okay by me in America, everything free in America, for a small fee in America. Anita from West Side Story.
If they asked me, I could write a book about the way you walk and whisper and look. Anita O'Day, the jazz singer.
And then there's our Anita Aronoff. Our Anita is
dedicated and supportive,
courageous and exceptional,
innovative and charismatic,
wise and wonderful,
calm and caring,
accomplished, awesome,
fabulous, and a friend,
knowledgeable, compassionate,
efficient, organized.
Congratulations, Anita.
We love you. Love you. Yeah, well deserved.
Did I miss it?
Hi, I'm Richard Alter, President of Temple Israel's Board of Trustees, and tonight is one of the biggest perks of my job. I was honored to recommend, and tonight I get to introduce, one of tonight's honorees, Anita Aronoff. Anita is our Executive Director. In simplest terms, Anita is responsible for the day-to-day operations of our temple and its staff. But that's just the beginning of what Anita does for us. In the most recent issue of Temple Topics, I refer to Anita as the person who keeps the wheels turning here at Temple Israel. And this she does, ensuring that all the things that need to happen, that allow us to run a full-time childcare facility, a religious school, a summer camp that is now straining capacity, and of course, the worship, pastoral care, and the many other mitzvot and programs that are at the heart of Temple Israel. But what makes Anita extraordinary is what she does beyond this. Of course, people come to Temple Israel for religious services, instruction, and life cycle events. But more than anything, we know our members are here for community, and Anita builds community. Her warm smile and enthusiasm are the first things families encounter when considering Temple Israel as their new home. She is Temple Israel's first impression. It's been Anita who's been most likely to make me aware when a community member is struggling with illness, has lost a job, has suffered a loss in the family. As with our clergy, our members are accustomed to opening up to her, to speaking to her in confidence, and to knowing that she is there with unwavering support. We're very fortunate that Anita is one of the faces of Temple Israel. The enormous amount of time that Anita devotes to Temple Israel, its staff, and congregants doesn't come without a price. The countless weeknight meetings, sometimes stretching until past 10 p.m., or on weekends, often convened with little notice, are in addition to her regular hours. 60-plus hours a week is Anita's norm, and yet she does them gracefully, never letting onto the strain. She's the boss, but also a fierce advocate for her staff. She's an employee, but more identifiable as a friend and a confidant to the congregants she serves. To me, she's been a pillar of strength and an indispensable source of wisdom and vision. Anita, Temple Israel is blessed to have you. Congratulations on being honored tonight.
Good evening. I want to start by saying thank you to the Gala Committee for putting on such an amazing event. I am deeply aware of the amount of work that has to go on behind the scenes to make a gala successful. And of course, to be honored at the same time as Lee Fadum is so very special. Lee, I have only had a bit of time to work alongside you, 9% of your lifetime. Your dedication to Temple Israel and to the larger Jewish community is a role model to all of us. I have felt at home from the time I started working here because of the shared commitment that all of you give and continue to give to Temple Israel. It is amazing to me to be sharing special moments and sometimes sad moments in your family's lives. And to know that the work we are doing ultimately lends itself to giving back to this community makes it all the better. Commitment is an act, not a word. And you are all showing your commitment tonight by being here. I would like to give a special thanks to the clergy and the amazing staff that supports me in accomplishing all the work that gets done. I would not be talking to you tonight, thanking you for this honor, if it were not for the dedication of the entire team at Temple Israel. I am grateful for their support and commitment. The past year has been unprecedented on so many levels due to COVID. The impact to the community and to Temple Israel is still being felt. I truly hope you are all enjoying this evening together. I truly hope that as the largest fundraiser of the year for Temple Israel, that we meet our goal. And I truly hope to be seeing you soon in person, in our sanctuary, and sharing in our commitment to Temple Israel. Thank you.
Thanks, Anita. I've been lucky enough to work with you in many capacities here at Temple Israel, and you really are all that. So people, let's get those phones out and let's text in honor of Anita. There are lots of donations coming in. We're really very excited, but we don't want you to forget about the silent auction. So please, after tonight's gala, go log back in and please consider making a bid on one of the many great items that have been donated by our congregants and also have been gathered throughout the community. You can also keep making your contributions till 5 o'clock tomorrow night in honor of Lee and Anita. So sleep on it and then up your contribution a little more. And with that, we're just going to ask you to please give what you can now.
And most important, to life, l'chaim, 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 to life. Here's to the feather I try to be, here's to my bride to be. Drink l'chaim, to life, l'chaim, 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 to life. Life is the way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us. Drink l'chaim to life. God would like us to be joyful.
Hi Grandpa, Mazel Tov on being an honoree at this year's Temple Gala. I know how much the temple and its community has meant to you throughout the years, and I'm so glad that I get to celebrate with you. I love you so much.
Painting on the floor, like painting on the floor. How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for? To life, l'chaim, to say to your daughter, my wife, it gives you something.
To Lee and Anita, you've done so well.
TINR thinks you're amazingly swell.
Speaking to you as admiring peers.
We hoist our Proseccos and laud you with cheers.
Cheers! And thank you, Rabbi Hirsch, for all the wonderful things you've done to keep us going through this terrible year.
And thank you, Cantor Schloss, for all your singing and your goodness.
Wait, kiss.
To life. Heaven bless you both, to your health, and may we live together in peace. May you both be favored with the future of your choice. May you live to see 1,000 reasons to rejoice. We'll raise a glass and sip a drop of schnapps in honor of the great good luck that favors you. We know that when good fortune favors to such men, it stands to reason we deserve it too. To us and our good fortune. Be happy, be healthy, long life. And if earn good fortune never comes, here's to what never comes. Drink l'chaim, to life. Here's to our prosperity, our good health and happiness, and most important, to life, l'chaim, 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 to life. Here's to the feather I try to be, here's to my bride to be. Drink l'chaim, to life, l'chaim, 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 to life. Life is the way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us. Drink l'chaim to life. God would like us to be joyful, even when our hearts like panting on the floor. How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for? To life, l'chaim. To say to your daughter, my wife, it gives you something to think about, something to drink about. Drink l'chaim. To life. To Lazarus, Wolf, to tell you, to say to your daughter.
Again, thank you everybody for those wonderful journal ads. And Judy, I think we're ready for our third raffle drawing by now. Hopefully we've worked out the kinks.
And hopefully my name's on the top.
Here we go.
It is not. Oh, it is! Oh my God, that was me, legit.
And the winner is Roy and Judy Markel Siegel.
All right, you know what?
We
were going to toss ours back in, and we're going to toss me out. We're not going to give it to us. We're going to shake it up a little, and we're going to let someone else have that chance.
Okay. The winner is Deborah and Shmuel Blatt and Vassar.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You have won an artisanally designed kitchen appliance from Current Home in the Golden Horseshoe. And now, relax and enjoy a bit of magic.
Well, good evening, and welcome to this year's magical segment for the Temple Israel Gala. You may remember me from last year. I am Christoph the Magician. It's spelled with one K and two F's. And Temple Israel was, of course, very concerned that I be COVID compliant for the event, and I was all prepared to perform in a mask and whatever else I had to do to make sure that we were all nice and safe. But I got to tell you, I am so tired of wearing a mask, really tired of it. And then, as you may know, I'm sure you all got the news that this week the CDC told us, well, it's not really necessary to wear a mask anyway. So I thought, well, that's great, because I am just so tired of it. So I am going to put it away. And when I say that I'm going to put it away, I mean I'm going to put it away. Isn't that great? What a wonderful development. And I have a little bit more magic in store for you this evening. In fact, let me know what you think of this next bit. Well, for our next bit of magic, I'm going to call upon a volunteer from the audience. Brian Heaps, the incoming president, who's been involved with Temple Israel pretty much all his life, has agreed to serve as our surrogate volunteer for everybody. Brian, do I have you with me?
Yes, you do.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for joining us, Brian. And I want to do a little exercise in digital teleportation with you. I'll explain more about what that means in a moment. But first, we're going to use an invisible deck of cards. So, Brian, I'm going to pass these cards right through my monitor. If you would just reach in and take them from me, please. Oh, wonderful. Now, Brian, let me back up just to make sure that I didn't explain in advance what we were going to be doing here this evening with you, correct?
No.
So I appreciate your willingness to play along with our little invisibility. You've got a lot of creativity going over there. So this is what I want you to do, Brian, is I want you to take the cards out of the box. And while you're taking the playing cards out of the box, I'm going to explain to the audience that this closed fist will remain in screen, in frame, during the entire routine, all right? It will never leave your view. So, Brian, have you got those cards there?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Now, the cards consist of essentially two types. There are the number cards and there are the court cards. Number cards being ace through 10, court cards being jacks, queens, and kings. Brian, which of those two do you want to take first?
Let's take the numbers.
All right. So you can take the numbers and throw those away, and that leaves you with the jacks, queens, and kings. All right.
Okay.
Now, of the jacks, queens, and kings, which of those do you want to use? You're going to throw the other two away, but I want you to choose whether we will use the jacks, the queens, or the kings.
Let's use the kings.
All right. Throw away the jacks and the queens then. Now, there are four kings: king of clubs, king of hearts, spades, and diamonds. Choose one of those to keep, if you would, please, and throw the other three away. We will only use the one that you keep. Wonderful. Now push that into my fist right through the monitor, if you would. Oh, perfect. I think I got it. So a curious thing happens as the card passes back and forth. And your card again was the king of clubs, was it?
No, king of hearts.
King of hearts, okay. A curious thing should happen to the king of hearts as it passes through the monitor. It then becomes a visible card. That's the theory. Let's just check. Oh, why, sure enough, there we go. It is now a visible card. And that visible card, once we unfold it, is exactly your card, Brian. There we go. How about a nice round for Brian and his willingness to help out, both as the president and as our token volunteer. We'll have more magic. Stay tuned, Brian, because I'm not done.
Okay.
Now, this is going to be our last magical segment for this evening's performance. And I'm going to tell you about the most frequently asked request that I get as a magician. When I'm talking to the ladies, they usually say, "Can you make it bigger?" referring to their diamond ring. And when I'm speaking to the gentlemen, they usually hold out some small denomination bill and they say, "Hey, can you make this bigger?" Same kind of request, same idea. And so I'm going to use this to perhaps plant a not so subtle seed with you for this evening. And in order to do it, I'm just going to use this $1 bill, which is a normal, ordinary dollar bill, and it's actually my own money. I prefer when I'm doing this to borrow a bill from somebody else in the audience, but since the audience is so far away, I have to use my own money, which is not my preference. We'll take this $1 bill, all right? And we're just going to fold it in half once, fold it in half twice, fold it in half 3 times, like so, and then just one more time, like so. And then with a little puff of air, some magic kicks in. And then right before your eyes, it transforms into a Benjamin. Isn't that neat, huh? And this perhaps may give you an idea of what you might do when doing your own magic for Temple Israel. So have a good night. That's it for Christoph the Magician. And have a terrific year. Bye.
Christoph is an amazing magician. At the beginning of his act, Margie Ostrov's cocktail glass was full. In the blink of an eye, it was empty. And Margie says it was Christoph who made that and the previous cocktails disappear.
So not true.
But Margie Ostrov is here and directing everything. And it reminds me and all of us of the wonderful job that's done by a small staff and hardworking volunteers who put in so much time to keep the temple operating. So we want to thank all of you for your dedication and your efforts throughout the year. And a special thank you to the entire gala team who made this a very special evening. So Margie and your people, we tip our hats to you.
Last one. And I had 3 more raffle tickets in there, people, and I am not giving up the next prize because it is for seasons in the Golden Horseshoe, and my family loves that challah. So no one's getting it if we win.
Well, Judy, I'm appreciative that you've been so honorable. I have 3 messages from Mitch Tarnable, our head of security, right now. But I think we're going to clear it up. Our final winner is...
God, I hope it's me.
Dan and Jackie Pomerantz and Bitterman. And
yay, you.
The congratulations, you've won a gift certificate for $365 to spend at Seasons Market in the Golden Horseshoe. So that should buy you a heck of a piece of gefilte fish. Congratulations to Dan and Jackie Pomerantz and Bitterman.
Yes. So Jackie Bitterman, shout out to you. I plan on having some challah this weekend when we're at your house. So before we conclude our time together, we want to remind everyone that we have a really special service coming up next Friday night. It's to honor Rabbi Hirsch, who is our outgoing rabbi. Rabbi Hirsch, you have done an amazing job over this past year. Being an interim rabbi is always a daunting task, and you came in full of great ideas. And when COVID struck and we had to pivot on a dime, you and Cantor Schloss really made it a seamless transition for us. You led us in services, you led us in Torah study, you helped us get through a very unusual high holiday season, you worked with the kids in Kehila, at Havaya. You really have been such a part of the fabric of our lives, and we really want to say thank you. So people, please plan on coming to the service. If you want to come live next Friday, it'll be at 6 o'clock, but you have to make reservations. We're still in a very small, concise number of people who can come, but as always, it will be live streamed, and we hope to see you all there. Now I'm going to flip my page for the last bit because they keep changing what it is we need to be doing. Oh, we want to go to our Fundometer one more time, and I'm telling you people, the money has been coming in. This is going to be exciting. So can we put that Fundometer up? Oh, all right. So Mitch and I are really excited to begin our next step of the journey with Rabbi Jay Rosenbaum. I'm on the Rabbi Transition Committee. If you want to throw a parlor meeting or help introduce Rabbi Jay to the community, reach out to me, jsiegel@probonopartner.org, or call Temple. They know how to find me. And one final note on behalf of Rich Alter and the board, please remember that we have our congregational meeting this coming Wednesday, June 9th at 7 o'clock. This is our opportunity. Oh, apparently there are problems with technical difficulties, but this is your opportunity to come hear what's going on at Temple and vote on really important issues. So we would love to have you with us. And with that, all right, we're going to say goodnight. That's a wrap. Oh, we need the marching video. Sorry. Okay, Margie's video, please. Let's roll it. The woman who made this all possible.
This, the last toast of the evening, goes to you, our Temple Israel community. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your participation in our programming and on our services. And raise your glass and say L'chaim as we go on our new journey with Rabbi Jay.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim.
Each night we pray the Hashkivenu prayer and hope that God will allow us to rise up in the morning renewed and in life. And when we think about who guards us and brings us into life during the day, we depend upon each other. And Lee and Anita, as lay and professional leaders within our congregation, you are the ones who raise up this congregation spanning decades. You are the ones who provide us with that shelter of wholeness and protection, always looking toward the future. May you go from strength to life each and every day as you breathe life into this congregation.
Ushmor tzetenu uvoenu עד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
As it's our privilege now to ask God's blessing upon you both.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you each and every day and keep you safe.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's countenance of light and protection rest upon you. May it shield you all through your days.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום, שלום.
As you bring wholeness to this community, may God bless you with wholeness and peace, as we all can say together. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, everyone, the technical glitch was probably on me. Apologies, but we do want to bring that fundometer up one more time because people have made so many great donations, including the altars, Rich and Caroline Altar for $5,000. And we again have Elaine and Alan Asher at $10,000. It's late. You guys all probably have other things to do. So I just want to say thank you so much for spending this hour and a smudgy more time with us. On behalf of myself and Mitch, not Rich, but also Rich Alter, on behalf of all of us here at Temple, thank you so, so much for everything you do.
Thank you all. Mazel tov to Lee and Anita. Thank you.
Thank
It's been
you,
an
Mitch.
enjoyable evening. Judy, thank you. Marge, thank you to everybody.
All
Have a
right,
good night.
Donovan, that is a wrap.
There are places I'll remember all my life. For some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. For people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more. There are places I'll remember all my life. have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments. With lovers and friends, I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. For people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more. There are places I'll remember all my life. For some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments. With lovers and friends, I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. For people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more. There are places I'll remember all my life. For some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you